I'm officially a YouTube idiot. I have this unique ability to always grab the half-dead battery for the GoPro. That's kind of what happened today. I had one that I was using, and I threw it on a charger. I've got this little charger. I got two GoPro batteries, and I had one on the charger, and I thought I swapped them out. I guess I put it in the charger and grabbed the same one. It charges both batteries. It's got two slots. It'll charge two batteries at the same time. And I thought I grabbed the one that was fully charged, but evidently not. I ran pretty much all my errands. And when I got to, I think, Walmart, I realized that the GoPro was not on, and when I turned it on real quick and looked at it, it was dead. So ran back home, got another battery, and we're gonna try this again. Don't you hate when there's grass all in the road? It definitely can be very, very slippery for motorcycles. I have allergies, so I don't like seeing it in the road either, because it gets shot all up in my mat or under my helmet, and in the springtime it's kind of hard for me to ride because I can barely breathe and see, and I sneeze about 27 times an hour, and it's no fun. It's later in the summer, so I'm okay now, but anyone watching this who doesn't know, I'm sure you all do, but when you cut the grass near the road, shoot it back into the yard. Not only is it an inherent hazard if you're shooting stuff out towards the road while people are passing by. I actually had a buddy of mine, we were going on a ride, this was years ago. He has a road glide with ape hangers, and we were riding, and the guy was in his yard a little bit. It's not like the grass was getting shot into the road, but he was cutting grass as we were going by, and it was cutting the direction to where we were riding, and a rock actually shot out and hit the sight glass on his brake reservoir, his front brake reservoir, and it cracked it. And when we got to where we were going, he actually lost all front brakes. We found a bolt that threaded into the sight glass. Luckily it was a threaded sight glass, and we repaired it. But it's crazy enough, like, he was off the road a little bit, just cutting his grass, one little tiny rock flung and hit it. He knew instantly, he heard it. He didn't realize it had cracked the glass, but he heard the rock hit, you know, and he lost all front brakes because of that. So anyone watching, you know, as a kid growing up, I was always taught, you know, if you have to, you know, turn your lawnmower around near the road, either cut the blades off or wait till there's nobody coming. That's just what I was taught as a kid, you know, be respectful of other people's stuff. You can hurt somebody, but, you know, some people just don't care. But we're headed back into town, because me being a dumbass grabbed the wrong battery and it died. So we were actually filling up at this gas station right here. I have a chain drive on my Dyna, and it's a pretty aggressive tooth count. I can't remember the tooth count right off the bat, but I got it from Bung King Cycles. This is no longer like my road tripping bike, so once I got that second bike, I wanted to start working on this one, hence why I haven't done a lot to the road glide, because it was always my plan to modify this bike even more. But it's a lot more aggressive, which puts my speedometer about, I think 12 miles an hour off. So if it says I'm going 62, I'm probably going around 50. I kind of tested that against the GPS on my phone. There's an app for that, of course, which seems to be pretty accurate. But I think that messes with the way the bike calculates fuel economy and how much fuel I have left, because I can ride it just a little bit and it's always like, oh, I'm out of fuel, and I'll put half a tank in it. So, which is always sketchy, because you know, when your gas gauge says empty, you want to get gas, but I still got about a half a tank, so I think it messes with that, but that's alright. I'd rather fill it up and, you know, stop twice than be pushing the motorcycle, because I'm not 100% sure on my fuel economy anymore. And plus, I rip this thing all the time, not riding it like I should, riding it like I beat it like it owes me money. So, you know, I'm just happy that at 30,000 miles, it's still somewhat put together. But we got gas, and we already headed into town, dropped off our packages. Appreciate everyone who's been ordering off the site. There'll be a link in the description where you can get some Wretched gear. You got our bar bag and our gloves that you can see right now. But just appreciate everybody. But I figured, well, why not? Let's head back into town. The wife is about to get off work, and I know she's got to stop by somewhere, so maybe we'll go meet her. And it's not raining yet, which it doesn't look like it's gonna rain today. I know there's a chance of it, especially later in the day it gets, the higher the chance goes. But hell, it's still nice out, so let's ride motorcycles, right? I also already went to Walmart and basically ran all the errands I needed to run. So, we're just out having fun now. Wife's work, and I think she's just getting off now. So if we miss her, I know where she's going, so it'll be alright. Well, back in town, riding around. We did order some shocks for this thing. Hopefully, they're supposed to be in this weekend or possibly Friday, but I'm not going to have time to put them on until probably next week. But we got the Drag Specialties 13-inch adjustable shocks. It's been like $260 for them. I wanted to go with a 13-inch, but these are adjustable half-inch in either direction. So at full short, they're 12.5, and full height, they're 13.5. Saw some good reviews on them, especially for the price point. I don't have the money to go with $1,000 shocks right now. There is some intermediate shocks at like $700 that I could have gone with, and there are some that I almost went with. I think it was called like Ricker suspension or something like that. They kind of tailor the shocks towards you. See if I can find my wife's car. But I do not see it. She probably would have parked right there. She works at the hospital. So let's go to where I believe she is and where she's going to end up. But the Ricker suspension they tailor it towards what you have. So you tell them what type of bike you have, what type of riding you do, and then the height you want, and the amount you weigh. And I would assume it would be, you'd have to kind of decide if you're going to do a lot of two-up riding or stuff like that. But I really thought about saving up some money and doing that, but at $700, I figured I'd wait, because the drag specialty suspension, even if I don't like it or want to go to something else, I can probably get most of my money back out of that, and then maybe just go with like a set of Legends or Olins or Olins, whatever they call, however you pronounce that. But we're going to do those rear shocks hopefully next week, if I can get time to do that. And then I would love to redo the front suspension. We're getting close to 30,000 miles, and I knew right around 30,000 miles I want to take this up to my buddy's shop. Just kind of have him go over the bike for me. I'd rather, have someone else's eye. He has his own little shop. Go over it and check things out, make sure everything's in good order. That would be nice. And while I'm there, I don't know if I'll get everything. I don't know where that person was going. I don't know if I'll get everything in order, but I want to do the black lower forks. My wife probably hates me. Well, as soon as I got to the store, my wife was leaving, so I'm going to head home and figure out how we are going to go back into town. There's one town over. We're going to go home and change, and I'm not sure if we're going to ride or not. The weather still looks great. I know rain's supposed to be coming in, and I know she's not going to ride to dinner if it's going to rain. So, we'll see how it goes. But, worst case, we got some riding in today. Enjoyed this nice weather. Alright, so, question. Do y'all have those squatted trucks wherever you are? Please comment below. I hope you don't. They call that the Carolina squat. I think it started in South Carolina. They just slam the rear suspension. It looks horrible. Please comment below. Do you guys have that where you're at? I hope you don't. Deja vu. I was probably sitting right here an hour ago. Maybe a little less, or actually a little more. Oh, there's another squatted truck. Look at it. Now, I guess it's to make it look like you're hauling a load. I mean, I've had to do that once with my truck. I made a little front, like, flower bed or whatever at the house, and I need to go get some mulch, and I got like 50 bags of mulch, and my rear suspension was bottomed out on the truck. I mean, it was a horrible ride home. So the ass end was almost dragging the ground, and the front looked kind of jacked up. But it's because I had a load on it, and that's what they're trying to like simulate, I guess. I don't understand it. wife knows the way home. Especially with this chain kit on this bike now, I'm always looking for like 7th gear. I never believe that I'm in 6th gear. I'm always looking for gear 7, but of course it's never there. But the amount of like torque and passing power I have in 6th gear now is just way greater than it used to be. This bike used to suck in 6th gear. As far as, you know, trying to get any power out of it, you'd always have to downshift. Now I don't have to. So much higher in the rev range and so much more gear. But on the flip side of that, when you're on the highway and you're taking this thing on a trip, I've taken this thing, you know, 4 states away in a day. I don't know if he's going to go or not. We're going to let him go if he'll go. I ain't got far to go. Try to be nice. He's not doing it. But I've taken this thing 4 states away on a trip, about 1,000 miles on a weekend. And when you're going for 2 hours at a time, you know, from Phillip to Phillip on a highway, cruising about 85 miles an hour, that highway gear and 6th gear, just cruising, RPM super low, this bike can go, like, you know, especially somebody not as big as me on it, this bike can probably go 210 miles easily, 230 maybe, just cruising on the highway at like 80 miles an hour. So, I mean, that's good if, you know, you're trying to get distance out of it. But this is more of a miles per gallon bike now. And of course, the way this town is set up, it's just easier to jump on the highway and go from exit to exit than it is trying to go through town. Not a big highway system or anything, just the highway kind of goes through the town. There's actually 2 highways that go through the town, but it's easier to split that. Everybody lining up at 220 Seafood to get their seafood. It's actually, I don't really eat seafood, but it's a very popular restaurant in the area. They only open certain days, and I guess with the coronavirus they're doing pickup only. But man, this parking lot's packed all the time when they're open. One of those good down-home restaurants. But we're gonna head home, see what else we can get into, and enjoy this Wretched Wednesday we have. Alright guys, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you have an awesome day, a wretched day. Hopefully this nice weather continues for me, but please smash that like button, comment down below how your day is going and anything you'd like, and definitely please subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we can grow this wretched nation and make this bigger and better. And of course, check us out on Instagram, Wretched Clothing. And check out our clothing website. There'll be a link down in the description. But just want to say thank you for watching. And as always, keep it wretched.